You may be the only person who has ever said that in my entire life. Usually I get you're shorter in person.
No, you're much bigger than you are in that little square.
Yes. It's remarkable, isn't it?
Love last night.
Thank you. Was that fun?
Yeah.
And my first mate is here. Now he is the musical accompaniment.
Hello, first mate / Caleb.
Hello.
I'm David, the giving you guys.
Oh, hey, David.
Westchester Jewish Council and Temple Bethel and lots of other things.
Welcome. Yeah,
It's
6:15.
yeah. Oh my God, 4 people. We had fun. Oh, terrific. Rita! Hi, Rita. Hi. Thank you. All good? All right. That is the. Hey, bud. Hello. What?
okay, we're gonna run through it.
Yeah.
Are they size 2? 2.5?
Which one do you want?
1.5, 2?
I'm done. First.
I'll go first starting with Joe.
Oh, good. Good. So you want to walk from here just so you can hang on the table, okay?
I was looking around.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
It'll work.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through those.
No, do you?
Probably not. Is it too? I feel like I might.
Maybe a tad. But I'm sitting right next to it, so.
Right.
You want to run through the other one?
Yeah.
Da-da-da. How is it, Andy? I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, it sounds great.
Oh, okay.
gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. God chastens and hastens God's will to make known the way. Oh, sorry. You want me to go a little slower?
No, it's yours. I need to change my position because
Oh.
I have to look at my hands and then the music will go.
Okay. Okay. We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. God chastens and hastens God's will to make known the wicked oppressing. Now cease from distressing. Sing praises to God's name. God forgets not God's own. Beside us to guide us, our God with us joining, ordaining, maintaining God's kingdom divine. So from the beginning, the fight we were winning. Our Lord was at our side, all glory be thine. Sorry. We all do extol thee, thou leader triumphant, and pray that thou still our defender wilt be. Let thy congregation endure through tribulation. Thy name be ever praised, O Lord, make us high. Yeah, I'm actually going to do it a little slower, I think, because I get it too fast for me. So, God hastens and chastens God's will to make known. He chastens and hastens God's will to make known. God chastens and hastens God's will to make known. Okay. You want to do that first part just
Yeah, let's
one
just do the
time?
first two parts.
Okay.
I mean, the first two lines.
We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. God chastens and hastens God's will to make known the way. Yeah, I'm gonna play it a little slower, I think, also, because hey, Martha. We're just jamming, you know. So. Okay.
You want to do the sanctuary song chorus and
Question for you, sir. The word cloud.
Yeah.
When do you want me to?
Oh, you know what? My phone is gone from me now. It's the part of. Let me see if I can.
Oh, I got this. Hold on, I have it right back.
That is going to be under the interactive component. I don't know if you see that. Yeah. So while they're doing their
It's right there. It's just where I'm
yeah. So
sorry.
no, you're Andy. You're good. So while folks here are going to do something on the back wall there, the folks on Zoom can do the word cloud.
Brilliant. Okay. Thank you, Pastor.
What? Hey, Lori. Oh, it took me a moment to realize who it was.
Can we just do that for an hour? No, what were you gonna say?
No, I would say that we could just stop and then come back after start.
Yeah.
We're solid.
I think we're good on that one.
Okay, I do.
So when you're all done, when you guys are done with your musical segment, you can just pass that microphone to me.
Okay. And then after they're done, we'll get it back from them.
Are you guys going to be performing?
I think we're doing a song at the very end before the
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah, or
blessing.
if you could just go, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Does this? You want me to turn this off, or does this?
I think you guys are going first, and I think we're good there.
Okay.
Would you mind just sliding it up a little closer to your
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll help with the Thank you.
I think we're good.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. My name is Rabbi Sarah Frietz. I'm the rabbi here at Temple Beth Shalom, and it is an absolute privilege and pleasure to invite you to our annual Interfaith Thanksgiving service and celebration. Last year we were totally online. This year we are hybrid. So welcome to our roomies and our Zoomies at home. It's just wonderful to see you all. I also want to welcome my colleagues today. We've got quite the turnout. So everybody's got something that they'll be reading, and I'll just ask you to introduce yourselves and say which congregation you are from. So welcome, everybody. We're going to begin with music. So I'd like to invite Pastor Casey Carbone and Caleb Shepherd up for the Sanctuary song.
Rabbi Sarah, since you know this song, would you mind helping us and get the crowd comfortable a bit?
Your welcome's not done yet, Sarah.
No, I'm not done. Okay.
No.
I do know this song.
So we're going to start off with the I
Okay.
explain how it's
So we'll start off with the melody just to yai. All right, so you'll get a sense of the melody. If you know it, sing along, or when you figure it out, sing along, and then we'll add in the words.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Thank you. And Pastor Casey has teaching for us this evening. So you're going to double duty it.
I think I'm supposed to speak at this mic, I believe. Oh, I don't, okay. Okay. I was just asked to share a brief reflection this evening on Thanksgiving. And to be quite honest, it feels a little awkward to talk about Thanksgiving this year, just because it still feels like we've moved in the direction of things returning to normal, but in many ways this year for Thanksgiving, it's going to be quite different for a lot of people. This year, as we look back and can lift up those in our own congregations or our own families or our friends who won't have loved ones or friends at the table this year because of what we've been through together. But even in the midst of this sense of loss and this sort of haze or malaise that we've been experiencing, there's still a spark within me that still can't help but feel thankful. A spark that still can't stop to shout out a hopeful song. I hope that over the course of this evening, as we lift up and hold on to the ways in which we can name the things, the difficulties that we've gone through over this year, that we can also stop and look around and see this wonderful collection of people, both here in person and at Zoom, whichever. I feel like I'm in a studio here. I'm not sure which camera to look at, but but whether we're here in person or whether you're here on Zoom, to know that it is a joy to be here and to give thanks. And I'm thankful to this evening be a part of this lovely group of clergy who are able to gather as well. So this evening, as we name the things that are on our hearts but look forward to the future, and as we hold on to hope and lift up our hope, let that be reinvigorating to us as we head into the holiday season. I would like to invite now Kate Reynolds to, is she here?
I think so. I think we'll switch over to Zoom for
Oh, okay.
Pastor Kathy.
So we are switching our attention to Zoom. So if you're on Zoom, you're already there. As Pastor Kathy Meyerson reads Psalm 100 for us.
Psalms, a song for praise. Raise a shout for the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord in gladness. Come into his presence with shouts of joy. Acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us and we are his people, the flock he leads. Enter his gates with praise, his courts with acclamation. Praise him, bless his name, for the Lord is good. His steadfast love is eternal. His faithfulness is for all generations.
Thank you. And we keep our attention on Zoom for Rabbi Andy Sklars. I think I just gave you a new name, Randy. Rabbi Andy Sklars has a reading for us on gratitude.
Thank you so much. I thank you for prayer that in light, my rabbi named, and I'm pleased taking the liberty to update from the language of the concept. Eternal God, we thank you for the glory of the universe, the light of the sun, the mellowness of the moon, stars, and moons, amazing dimensions, and staggering distances, challenge our imagination. We thank you for the beauty and the utility of your creation, for the flowers, for the stars and the earth, even as the stars and the flowers of heaven, for the fertility of the soil and the abundance of its products, for the food that is born within its bosom, the waters that flow from its fountain, for the air that surrounds all creatures, that holds within it the visible self, the secret and power of life. We thank you for humankind, for the spirit of wisdom with which you endowed us, for the sensitivity of our hearts, the profoundness of our souls. Dear God, we pray that we may be made true to the destiny with which we were created. We pray that the beautiful heavens that you spread over our heads may not be darkened by the clouds of heat, that your carpet, which is earth, may not be disturbed by the tread of hostile people. Humanity may forever end, that human genius may continue to strive for greater perfection and for nobler fulfillment. Let human beings come to understand that we are the closest to God when we turn ourselves to others. We pray for all the oppressed, those exposed to cruelty and suffering, that they may soon be blessed with rights and privileges of which they have been denied, and which we believe to be inalienable rights of all people. We pray sincerely for America, with the ideals of democracy and freedom that are here enshrined. May our nation be strong enough to withstand all the forces of evil, ever standing as a tower and beacon of light to all America's inhabitants. May together.
Amen. Thank you. That was beautiful. And Reverend Martha Vink has poetry to share, a couple of poems for us.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here with you all. My first poem is by Native American poet laureate of the United States, actually, Joy Harjo. And we're in Native American Heritage Month, so I thought this was particularly appropriate. She's from the Muskogee or Creek Nation and lives in Oklahoma. And actually, what was just shared leads right into this. Remember the sky that you were born under. Know each of the stars' stories. Remember the moon. Know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn. That is the strongest point of time. Remember sundown and the giving away to night. Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. You are evidence of her life and her mother's and hers. Remember your father. He is your life also. Remember the earth whose skin you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown earth. We are earth. Remember the plants, trees, animal life, who all have their tribes, their families, their histories too. Talk to them. Listen to them. They are alive poems. Remember the wind. Remember her voice. She knows the origin of this universe. Remember, you are all people, and all people are you. Remember, you are this universe, and this universe is you. Remember, all is in motion, is growing, is you. Remember, language comes from this. Remember, the dance language is, that life is. Remember. And we remember with gratitude. And this poem is called Messenger by Mary Oliver, who just died just a couple years ago. I read that somebody declared her the country's best-selling poet. And this first line I really especially love. My work is loving the world. Here, the sunflowers. There, the hummingbird. Equal seekers of sweetness. Here, the quickening yeast. There the blue plums. Here the clam deep in the speckled sand. Are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still not half perfect? Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished. The phoebe, the delphinium, the sheep in the pasture and the pasture, which is mostly rejoicing, since all the ingredients are here, which is gratitude, to be given a mind and a heart and these body clothes, a mouth with which to give shouts of joy to the moth and to the wren, to the sleepy dug-up clam, telling them all over and over how it is that we live forever. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And Pastor Martin McGahee is joining us as well for a reading called Be Thankful.
Thank you, Rabbi Sarah. I'm thankful for this reading, and we don't know where it came from, but we're glad it came to us. Be thankful that you don't already have everything you desire. If you did, what would there be to look forward to? Be thankful when you don't know something, for it gives you the opportunity to learn. Be thankful for the difficult times. During those times, you grow. Be thankful for your limitations because they give you opportunities for improvement. Be thankful for each new challenge because it will build your strength and character. Be thankful for your mistakes. They will teach you valuable lessons. Be thankful when you're tired and weary because it means you've made a difference. It's easy to be thankful for the good things. A life of rich fulfillment comes to those who are also grateful for the setbacks. Gratitude can turn a negative into a positive. Find a way to be thankful for your troubles, and they can become your blessings.
What a beautiful perspective, especially this year, right? We thought 2021 was going to be so much different than it has turned out, in fact, to be. We get music now, a song called Grateful, sung by Amy Gerlitz, who's a cantorial soloist at Temple Bethel.
For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. I am gifted by your glory, I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful, every day I live. I am grateful, grateful, every day I live. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. I am gifted by your glory, I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful, every day I live. I am grateful, grateful, every day.
Beautiful, thank you. And I invite Rabbi Lori Gold to lead us in a guided meditation.
Thank you. And I want to say I'm very grateful to Amy. Thank you, Steve Isaacson, for your beautiful accompaniment. Steve Isaacson is also our executive director, and people know how hard executive directors work at churches and temples. I want to say that I'm also very grateful for my fellow clergy. You've kept me going this past year, as you've kept me going the past 4 or 5 years, even before the pandemic. And I've gotten a lot of spiritual sustenance and help from you. So thank you very much. And it's wonderful to see your congregants and my congregants here, and one big happy family. If only the world were like this. Before I lead you in this short meditation, I want to say that meditation has been a godsend to me for maybe the past 15, 20 years that I've been meditating. My mother might not say that I'm calm all the time, but I would say that I think I'm calmer than I would have been had I not been meditating. And if you've never meditated before, be gentle with yourself today, and maybe you can try it another time. And another time, you can find it on TV. You can find YouTube videos. You can find books on it, and I swear by meditation. So what I'd like you to do now is to close your eyes if you feel comfortable closing your eyes. If not, lower your gaze to the ground. And don't do anything other than paying attention to the sound of your own breathing. Maybe you hear some air, maybe you hear other ambient noises. And if thoughts come into your head, that's fine. Maybe ask those thoughts to go away like clouds. And just think about your breath and how it sounds and the other sounds. And now what I'd like us all to do is consider the things for which we're grateful. What are the blessings in our life? It could be people, pets, or sense of humor, the fact that we're healthy, whatever it could be. And maybe you can make a list of them in your head and feel what it's like to acknowledge the things for which we're grateful. And know that this practice is available to you anytime. If you're in a mood, if you're in a funk, and you're just thinking about all the things that you don't have, the things that you want, and that's certainly realistic. And it's okay to think about that. But if you get yourself into a bad mood, a really bad mood for a long period of time, or even a short period of time, you can always go back and think about things for which you're grateful. And that doesn't mean that you're a Pollyanna and don't realize that there are things lacking in your life, but if you think about what you're grateful for, you'll probably be in a better mood. And now, keeping your eyes closed, I want to do one more thing with you, and that is I'd like you to picture and feel a golden yellow light coming from above you. It's a divine, warm light of protection and love and healing. And that light comes down upon you and bathes you with its warm, healing, protective light. And the light goes inside of you and warms your soul. And this divine light is always with us, even when we can't feel it or see it or imagine it, but that light is always here for us. Now become aware of the ambient noise, the sound of your own breathing. And keeping your eyes closed, I invite you to take one hand and put it over your eyes. And open your eyes with your hand still over it, and slowly, ever so slowly, spread your fingers apart to let the light come in gently. And then take your hand away. And take a second, people, especially in the front, take a look at these beautiful souls, these wonderful people who are here in the room with you. I have the pleasure of seeing all of your beautiful faces, and I invite you to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. That was beautiful. So now we get a chance to externalize those blessings. Every year when we do this service, we try to get folks to interact and meet each other and talk to each other, and we can't exactly do that this year. So there are two different things. We've got a job for our roomies, have one task, and those joining us on Zoom have another task, which Pastor Casey will describe. So if you are in the room, you are going to get a small stack of Post-it notes and a pen, and you're going to write down things that you're grateful for. I'm going to invite you to be very specific. So like, my family is lovely, but my children's laughter, right, is more specific. Do you see where I'm going? My health is one thing, but for me it would be like my asthma inhaler, which enables me, right, to take full deep breaths. So do you see where I'm going here? So we've got Post-it notes. You're going to write down your gratitude. You can put one on each Post-it note, and then on the wall it spells out thanks in the back, THANKS. And my gratitude to Wendy Greenberg, who wrote those bubble letters, because that is not something that I'm able to do. So gratitude for delegating. And so here in the room, we're going to fill those up. So that's our kind of interactive or active social distanced in the room gratitude activity. And I'm going to turn it over to Pastor Casey, who's going to explain what our Zoomies will be doing.
Yeah, for those joining by Zoom, Andy's going to throw up the little word cloud that you can all see on your device, whatever device you're on. And if you just open up your internet browser and you follow the instructions that are at the top of that screen there and enter in the little code, you can just type in a little word or two that comes to mind as you reflect on the question of, you know, what has the past couple years taught you about gratitude and thankfulness. And so feel free to go into that word cloud and share some things. Or I'm sure that I saw some of you already active in the chat, I'm sure that you could share those reflections that you come up with in the chat as well. So a couple options for those people on Zoom.
And in the room, we've got Post-it notes and pens in the back. Handing them out, but you can also take initiative and you don't have to put your names on it. Who else needs? Down here? Did everybody get it? Good, here.
I don't know what it is. Let's see. I'm not going to play, so I'll just use these chords.
And if you are still putting up your Post-it notes or word clouding, take your time as we continue with the song, We Gather Together.
We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. God chastens and hastens God's will to make known. The wicked oppressing now cease from distressing. Sing praises to God's name. God forgets not God's own. Beside us to guide us, a God with us joining, ordaining, maintaining God's kingdom divine. So from the beginning, the fight we were winning. The Lord was at our side, all glory be thine. We all do extol thee, the leader triumphant, and pray that thou still our defender wilt be. Let thy congregation endure through tribulation. Thy name be ever praised, O Lord, make us free.
Beautiful, thank you. And Pastor Kate Reynolds will read from Psalm 34, verses 1 through 10, the happiness of those who trust in God.
behold the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. I will glory in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and rejoice. Glorify the Lord with me. Let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all his troubles. The Lord encamps, the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Fear the Lord, you, his holy people. For those who fear him lack nothing. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing.
Thank you. As our service this evening comes to an end, I want to thank everybody who joined here in person or on Zoom. May you have a happy and a healthy and a blessed Thanksgiving. May you always be able to count your blessings, and may your blessings be too many to count. And we conclude with a blessing from Pastor. Everybody. Yeah, whatever you want. Everybody, a new title for you, and you get one, and you get one. Yeah. Pastor Jen Boyd has a concluding blessing for us.
Yes, I'm Pastor Jen Boyd from Trinity Lutheran in Brewster, and I share with you a blessing that finds its roots first in the Hebrew Scripture, but then was adapted by my dad, who was also a Lutheran pastor, and which I've adapted as well. And so as we go forth, we know that blessings we receive together, we take out with us. And so now may the Lord bless you and keep you, the Lord's face shine on you and be good to you. May the Lord fill you with peace, love, and much laughter, and may he set you free to celebrate the life that God has given you in all its fullness. In the name of our Creator and our Redeemer, amen.
Amen. So thank you, everybody, and big gratitude as well to Andy Milkis, who, if you're in here, he's the man behind the curtain, and if you are on Zoom, he's the one who's making it all run so smoothly. So happy Thanksgiving.